Hi, everybody. This is Victor from Spoken Learning, and welcome to another session. Today, we are talking about something actually very simple, which is the present progressive in Spanish, and it's somewhat related to how you speak the present progressive in English. Somewhat related. There is not exactly the same usage. That is something kind of different, but like generally speaking, it's very, very similar. You will know this what I'm talking about. But before that, allow me to remind you that in Spoken Learning, we provide private Spanish lessons for children and adults, even if you don't know any Spanish at all. But also, if you already have some skills and you want to take them to the next level, we can help you with that. Remember that we're not tutors, we're professional teachers. This is why we can help you entirely with all your Spanish skills. So if you want to enroll, remember that you can call or text 832-413-3166. You can see it here in the banner. And I will start. I will start with that to the topic that I'm telling you. Something very simple. The introduction to what it is. Um, the present progressive in Spanish. So let's get started. Present progressive, presente progresivo. So how does this work? Well, in Spanish, we call them also gerundio, but I understand that in English it's not exactly the same to call gerundio and present progressive. Not a problem, but once again, we call them also gerundio to the present progressive in Spanish. We use them to talk about things that are happening at the moment. Very simple, pretty straightforward, as English does. Lo usamos para hablar de cosas que están sucediendo en el momento. The things are happening at the moment. We're going to use verbo estar, not verbo ser. Once again, if you remember, in Spanish, we have two verbs equivalent to verbo to be, one for permanent things and the other one for permanent or long lasting, and the other one for temporary stuff. So verbo estar is the one that we're going to use in this case, okay? Verbo estar, and here we have all the possible conjugations for the matter. And the gerundio is actually very simple. If your verb finishes with AR, you're going to add the termination ando. Hablando, from hablar, you get hablando. From cantar, which is singing, hablar, which is to speak, to talk, cantar, to sing, you get cantando. So that is ando. And for the verbs with ER, AR, you will put yendo at the end, right? Like verbo comer, which means to eat, comiendo. Like verbo correr, which means to run, corriendo. And verbo vivir, which means to live, viviendo. That's what you're going to do, and that's actually very, very simple to complete this way. Then some cambios vocálicos. This is that at some point you're going to change some vowels that you might see in one case or another. You're going to have to switch them or just entirely change them. This is for us to make the sound more natural and fluent, and it doesn't sound like like you're troubling or struggling while pronouncing. Instead of pedir, you will say pidiendo, pidi, instead of pedi, pidi. Instead of sentir, you will say sintiendo. Otherwise, you will be saying sentiendo, which is a little bit weird, and pediendo, which is another thing that is also weird. For the O's, you're gonna change it to you, dormir, durmiendo, morir, muriendo, and poder, pudiendo. Once again, this is just to have like an easier way to pronounce. But this is not that general rule. It happens in some verbs and some others doesn't change like at all. And when the word finishes in vowel, you're gonna change it for a Y, caer cayendo, oír oyendo, leer leyendo, and ir yendo. It's actually very, very simple. This is like rules, but once again, there are some exceptions. So it's more like a thing that you go by and confirm which ones are you actually going to change it and which ones you're not changing anything. Some examples. Ellas están preparando bocadillos. And this is what I'm saying that is pretty similar to what English does. Ellas están preparando bocadillos. They are, in this part, they are, ellas están, they are preparando, preparing bocadillos, snacks. So that's pretty straightforward. Ellas están preparando bocadillos. They are preparing snacks. Huh? Told you that it was very easy. Ella está bebiendo café. She, ella, está, is drinking, bebiendo café. Coffee. Ellos están alimentando a su bebé. They, ellos están, are alimentando, feeding a su bebé. Their baby. Ellos están brincando. They are jumping. Nosotras estamos pensando. We are thinking. And that's it. That's pretty much it. The explanation is actually does not require like a big amount of you know um effort into understanding why is it different and why it goes change to the other and that. It's more of a matter of practice. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your attention. If you like this, remember that we have different content in all of our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have all of the social media, and if not, you can check over here on the description of the video that we have all of the social media. You can also find our webpage, and you can from there you can contact us, and we will attend you back to see what are your requirements with the Spanish language. Thank you so much for your attention. Once again, allow me to remind you that in Spoken Learning, we provide private Spanish lessons for children and adults starting 5 years old. Even if you have no experience or you want to take your skills to the next level, we are not tutors. That is very important. We're professional teachers. You can always call or text 832-413-3166 in order to enroll, and I will see you next time.